Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining our first episode here on Hops and Horror, our movie and beer weekly review every Wednesday. I'm Brawlin' Cooper, my main man here, Rob Novelli. What's up, Rob? How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. First inaugural episode here. Great movie that we both grew up with, Children of the Corn.
1984 classic.
1984 classic.
Man, how old were you when this thing came out? Because I was 4 years old, literally.
I was 9 years old.
So you were a little bit above watching that. Did you remember watching this as a kid and getting scared shitless, or was it something
I remember watching it like in junior high, high school, sometime around then. And one of the things I have to say about this movie is the reason I feel uneasy going to small towns. Yeah. Out in the middle of rural America or something like that. This and Texas Chainsaw Massacre give me that uneasy feeling, kind of like, swimming in Jaws. So
no, I can't agree with you more. This movie hits home for me because when I was 4 years old, it was literally the first movie that I ever saw as a horror fan. As a kid, it was on HBO, and I remember watching the previews of the dirt rolling. And my mom was like, whatever you do not watch that film. But I went against her, wishes as a rebellious kid, and I stayed up late, and I somehow managed to catch a glimpse of Malachi killing the kid in the cornfield. But this movie is produced by Stephen King, correct?
Yes.
Is it produced?
I think it's produced by Stephen King, based on a short story by Stephen King.
Short story by Stephen King, okay. Starring Lyndall Hamilton. We all know her from Terminator. Courtney Gaines, well-known actor. I got a chance to work with him in a film called Candy Corn. He's an awesome actor, great person. Jonathan Franklin, he plays Isaac, and he also did Cousin It in the 1991 Addams Family film. And you can't forget Peter Horton, the main hero there, Peter Horton. So tell the fans a little bit about the film that you felt, something that really stuck home. I mean, is this one of your favorites? Because I know it's one of my favorites.
This is definitely one of my favorites. It ranks among the classics. It stands the age of time. I think you can go back, you can watch this years later. It still packs that same punch. It still gives, delivers on the scares and stuff like that. I don't know. I think watching this as a kid, the opening scene grabs you right away at the diner.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that if you aren't a familiar fan of this movie and you've never watched Children of the Corn before, the first opening 5 minutes will definitely get you hooked right away. Lots of slash and lots of blood right away. Kids sitting there drinking a strawberry shake and blood all over his face. From the film itself is filmed in Iowa, correct?
Filmed in Iowa, yeah.
But the fiction of the town is actually Nebraska, Gatlin, Nebraska. Yeah. So I don't know why they didn't do it in actual Nebraska. Maybe there's not a lot of corn out there.
I think the reason, if I remember correctly, that they did it in Iowa and the town that they chose is because it was a smaller town, cheaper to film in because they had a lower budget. I think it was like $1.2 million in the budget. The majority of it went to Stephen King. I think they kept like $800,000 to do everything, so they had to make some kind of budget cuts. So I think that had to feed into the thought process of filming it in Iowa. And like I said, it's a small town where you can have reign of the town, film wherever you want, rather than having to get film permits here and there and all that kind of stuff. So
awesome.
That's why they chose it.
No, dude. You told me you had to rewatch the film because you weren't really up to date because it's been so many years of watching it. Now you just gave the whole background story, and I didn't even know half that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a good thing about DVDs now is they have it has all the commentary and stuff like that. It has a little bit of background of the film and whatnot that you didn't as a kid you watched it and you didn't get all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, with all the information out in the computers, you can go and visit famous horror sites and stuff like that, Children of the Corn and all that kind of stuff. So it's great now the technology that we have that enables us to do all these kind of things that we didn't have to do before.
And it's a great score, and as you can hear, guys, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, we're playing the Children of the Corn soundtrack. I always play this around Halloween time, if I have a little not as cool as this guy's front yard when it comes to setting up decorations and crazy stuff for Halloween. This guy goes all out. But if I have some cool stuff set up out my front yard, I always put this on the background for the trick-or-treaters to hear. It's really, really eerie, almost demonic sounding orchestra kind of, but what was your favorite part of this movie if you had to choose just one?
The diner. Definitely the
diner. Right away, the opening scene.
Right away. It sets the whole base of the movie. Mm-hmm. You know what you're in for when you watch that. I like the diner, I'd have to say.
Awesome. Yeah, if I had to choose one, I mean, I really dig when Isaac comes back from the lower parts of hell to grab his good old friend Malachi and say, "He wants you too, Malachi."
Yes, that was another
He
iconic
wants
scene.
you too. So yeah, guys, check it out. Children of the Corn, 1984, Stephen King classic. One of my all-time top 5 favorite horror films. It has to do with a bunch of kids taking over, basically anarchy style, saying we're not going to lead by the blind. We're going to kill off all our parents. I know it sounds sick, but hey, you know what? We're horror fans. That's what we like. The more sick, the better in our world. But yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance to check this out, go ahead and do so. Tell us what you think in the comments. Rob, I see 2 glasses here.
Yes.
And now on to the hops, my favorite part of the video.
Hey.
So what are we drinking, brother?
Today we're going to have Uncle Jacob's Stout, 17.1%.
Woo! Dude, it's a Wednesday. Are you trying to get me drunk all the way till Friday?
Heck yeah, we're quarantined.
17%. Hey, but you know what? Hops and horror, baby. Let's do it.
17%, 2016 Uncle Jacob's Stout by Avrey.
Avrey Brewing Company. As you can see, Avrey Brewing Company. Where's Avrey at? Tell the fans where they're at, because I've never
Avrey, I
been there.
think, is in Colorado. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, Boulder, Colorado.
Colorado, man, they have some of the best brewskis in the world, I heard. And you've been to the Colorado, what is it, the World Colorado Beer Fest? What's it called?
The Great American Beer Fest.
Great American Beer Fest. I mean, it sounds like Chevy Chase is going to be driving there and punching a moose in front of it when he shows up, you know, under third. Way non-reference horror. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, so we got right to the brim, brother. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. It smells boozy, chocolatey. Let's take a sip and find out.
Man, that's good.
That's really good.
Good thing about these older beers, this is 2016. I've had it for 4 years now.
It's been sitting in your closet of beers.
It's been sitting in my closet. You want to keep it at an even temperature somewhere in your house for storing beer.
Right.
You want to keep it to where, you know, the temperature doesn't fluctuate too high, too low, whatever. Kind of like cellar and wine and whatnot. You want to keep the light out. Aging beers, some age well, some don't. This beer ages well because it's 17% beer.
And guys, it tastes like a 17% ABV beer. I mean, I'm a big
bang for the buck.
Yeah, bang for your buck, guys. So cheers to you. We appreciate you guys. This is our first episode. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling here every Wednesday. We're gonna do new reviews, new beers every Wednesday. Hops and Horror Man, Rob Novelli, Brawlin' Cooper. Is there anything else you want to tell people how they can find you on Instagram?
Yeah, Hops and Horror, I guess. That's the way to do it.
You want
yeah.
No.
Robert Novelli, you know, you can look me up on Instagram too, Robert Novelli and Hops and Horror.
Yeah, mine is at Brawlin' 31. That's my personal page. You guys are more than welcome to follow that. I post a lot of cool horror stuff as well. Cheers to you guys, and stay safe out there. And we look forward to having you guys visit us next week for Hops and Horror's weekly Wednesday beer and movie horror review. Where'd you get that thing, man?
Got it from the set.
Oh, shit.
Cheers, guys.